OF and adult content that is not, well, is outside of the traditional realms, you know, in the sense of these online websites, is such a new concept that we are only just kind of realizing the ripple effects that, you know, these public stunts like we see Bonnie Blue, Lily Phillips and all the rest of it doing is really having to the families of these, you know, online workers. Because it's just been posted that the parents of Lily Phillips revealed that they get calls every day and, you know, that threaten either them or the life of their daughter. And they even went as far as to state that their parents are basically begging their daughter to stop these extreme stunts. Now, all of these OF people, right, whether it be Lily Phillips, whether it be Bonnie Blue, whether it be whoever, all claim that their parents are so supportive, that they love what they do, that they wouldn't stop them. But that may not necessarily be true, as there is a lot of information coming out, right? And there's a lot of news articles coming out with regards to this. So one is from Yahoo Entertainment, for example, which states that Lily Phillips' parents offered to sell their home to stop her extreme OF and emotional convo, right? So Lily Phillips' mum and dad said that they tried to keep an open mind when they began creating content for OF, but now they're willing to make big sacrifices to just try and make her stop. The 24-year-old worker sat down with her parents during a recent appearance on the Stacey Dooley Sleeps Over, a British docuseries with an, Stacey Dooley is the presenter, spent several days with a non-traditional family. According to The Sun, Lily Phillips, the Phillips episode, included an emotional and very honest conversation between the X-rated content creator and her family. Quote, "We've known for years she's done OF, and I thought it was just posting swimwear and lingerie," Phillips' dad said. Phillips' dad, Lindsay, said, "I thought that's what it was. I really did." And then he goes, and then her mother, Emma, echoed Lindsay, insisting that she had no idea how extreme Phillips' content would become. I mean, when your daughter steps out of a hotel with men's fluids all over her face and decides to just walk down a street and film it, that's pretty intense. That's quite extreme measures. Quote, "When she said she was doing OF, we stood back because we want to continue our relationship with our daughter," Emma explained. "We were pretty open about it, but when it became to the next step, we were like, no. Phillips made headlines last year, obviously sleeping with 100 guys in a single day, apparently doing 2,000 guys in a day, all the rest of it, you know, all of these one-upmanship things that has been going on between all of them. Now, Lindsay, obviously Lily's father, said that he was primarily concerned about Phillips' safety, so much that he would do anything to convince her to give up adult content. "Is it the money? Because if it's the money, we'd sell our house," Lindsay said before addressing the hateful and threatening messages the family receives. "You could have everything you want, Lily, if you give it all up now. We'd do anything to stop her extreme stuff," Emma added. According to The Sun, Phillips eventually walked out of the conversation after becoming emotional, although she said that she understood her parents' concerns. Phillips claimed that she had no intentions of giving up the work. In fact, she's already brainstorming her next big video. "I've been talking with a friend of who has a plane. She said, we'd love to do something in the sky. I want ideas and feel exciting again, not just the same old numbers." Wow. So obviously, you know, it didn't go very far, did it? You know, this conversation between the parents and stuff. But this was kind of the part where Lily's dad, I believe, kind of mentioned the threatening messages that they receive.
Dad very regularly gets a phone call of someone being like, "Your daughter's disgusting" or something. Don't you, Dad?
Yeah. How do you handle it when somebody phones up and says, "I hope your daughter dies"?
Oh, Lily.
I know why Lily's getting upset because
we love each other.
Yeah.
Because she knows how much it upsets us.
It's exactly that.
I know why Lily's getting upset.
I hate the fact that it affects them. Like, if I could do this and not have it affect them, like, I'd pay so much money. Like, that's just the hard part.
I remember Lily saying to us, you guys must really love me to be able to put up with this and still care and love for me. And we do. We'll take whatever's coming our way.
It's quite horrific, isn't it? You know, obviously you can see the emotion there. It's a hard thing when, you know, your parents are obviously getting roped into it in this capacity. You know, it's quite heavy hitting, quite heavy hitting stuff. Now, the next part obviously is also, you know, just as difficult, because the parents basically say, we will do anything and everything that we can to make this stop. Like, whatever it is, you need money, we'll sell the house. Like, that's quite an extreme thing to do. I actually think Lily bought the house with the money. So, you know, the fact that they're like, we'll give it all back, just if it means that you stop doing what you're doing. And if my parents came to me and were like, you stop what you're doing in this capacity, and they had justifiable cause for it, I'd be like, do you know what? Maybe money's not everything. Maybe this notoriety isn't everything. But, you know, maybe I'm just not built this way.
You're messing in our marriage a little bit, because I haven't agreed to this, but he has.
Oh, really? Oh, but that's interesting.
I would like to get our point over, but obviously she wants to use the way the royals work, and they just don't comment on things as such, and it goes away.
I understand both approaches. Can you talk me through when you first learned this is what's happening?
We've known for years that she'd done OnlyFans, but I can honestly say I thought it was just posing in swimwear and lingerie. I thought that was it. I really did. And
because when she announced that she was doing OnlyFans, we stood back, because we want to continue our relationship with our daughter, and we were pretty open with it. You know, it's what she does. But then when it took the next step, we were like, no, we didn't like that.
No, not at all. If there's anything that we could do that would change her profession, we'd do it overnight.
Yeah, we'd do anything to stop her doing the extreme stuff.
Yeah, it is the degradingness of it, and it's just making sure also that she's safe.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think, what have we done anything wrong with our upbringing? But
don't think so.
We've had, well, as far as I'm concerned, they've had nothing but nice times and love.
Now, it's quite extreme, right, that her parents... Now, I don't know the family. It's not my place to really comment on how they feel. But just going off of what's been said there, the fact that her dad is going, you know, it's degrading. What she does is degrading. Like, you know, her own father is saying that her work is degrading. You know, that should be raising alarm bells. And also the fact that he's questioning his own parenting, looking back, reflecting on her childhood, her life, and being like, where could we have gone wrong to have caused this? First of all, that's a really considerate and caring parent, because not all parents would do that. They would just see the amount of money hitting the bank account and be like, you do you, boo. Like, make me that bread. But this guy, he's like, you know, where have I gone wrong? Now, I've always thought that Lily Phillips, out of, like, you know, her and Bonnie Blue, is, you know, Lily Phillips was always the one that seemed to be a bit more, I don't know, soulful, I guess. You know, she seems to have a bit more, like, about her, a bit more emotion. But after seeing this, I'm starting to question if that's actually the case. Because, you know, someone who's got, like, genuine levels of emotion and care for their parents would probably consider this and not look at the bag. But, here's another one. So, you know, it's just to round it up, a bit different, off topic, but the woman who did a gross stunt with Lily Phillips says that her husband is divorcing her over the vile videos, right? So the woman who completed the gross backdoor challenge with Lily Phillips is now said that her husband is divorcing her after finding some of her graphic videos. Tiffany Wisconsin, who is an adult creator known as Tiff Goodtime, collaborated with Lily Phillips on her backdoor challenge earlier this year, and the woman posted loads of videos from the event, which Lily said she slept with 50 men in less than 24 hours. You know, we obviously don't need to explain what all of the rest of it is, but apparently off the back of that, her husband is divorcing her. I mean, the fact that it took until this point is kind of crazy. I mean, I would never wish to see the end of a relationship or a marriage or anything like that, right? But, you know, it's that's probably the most extreme stunt that anyone could possibly do. But there we go. That is the world that we live in. The fact that we've got parents coming out and, like, you know, being like, this isn't just affecting you, this is affecting us. And they're questioning their own parenting and it affecting people's actual marriages. How far is too far? I feel like every time I say that, something else happens and it's like, that's the new like benchmark. But here we are. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. While you're down there, jump scare the hell out of that like button and subscribe. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.